Whoa, what's going on? I feel something heavy on my head. I open one eye, everything is blurry, my head feels strange, like it's weighed down by something. I shake my head, burring, something is clanking, what could it be? I open my other eye, two giant fuzzy antlers are right in my face. They're huge and kind of majestic. I jump out of bed, well not a bed, more like a pile of leaves. The leaves rustle and scatter everywhere. I'm a reindeer. How did this happen? I look around bewildered. Yesterday I was a normal kid. Now I have 4 legs and a fluffy tail. This is so surreal. This is going to take some getting used to. But hey, at least I have these awesome antlers. They make me feel kind of powerful. Time to figure out what reindeer do all day. First things first, breakfast. My stomach growls. I spot a patch of bright green lichen under a snowdrift. Reindeer love lichen. It looks so fresh and inviting. It's like candy for us. I munch happily. The taste is surprisingly good, kind of earthy and sweet. The snow falls around me, but I don't mind. My fur is super warm. It's like wearing a cozy blanket. Being a reindeer might not be so bad after all. I feel a sense of freedom and adventure. This is going to be an interesting day. The sun is shining, casting a golden glow over the pristine white landscape. The snow is sparkling like a blanket of tiny diamonds, each flake catching the light just right. It's the perfect day for some reindeer games. The air is crisp and the sky is a brilliant blue. A bunch of us are racing across the frozen lake, our hooves clattering against the ice. The wind whips through my fur as I run, making me feel alive and free. It's exhilarating. We're like furry lightning bolts darting across the ice with incredible speed. Next up, antler toss. We use our antlers to throw snowballs at a target. It's a test of skill and precision. It's harder than it looks, let me tell you. Balancing the snowball just right is a real challenge. My snowball explodes in a puff of white powder. Everyone laughs, including me. It's all in good fun. After all that playing, I'm tuckered out. My legs are tired and my fur is damp from the snow. Time for a reindeer nap. I find a cozy spot and lie down, closing my eyes. We cuddle together in a big, furry pile. It's warm and cozy, and I can feel the gentle rise and fall of my friend's breathing. Being a reindeer is pretty great. We have our games, our friends, and the beauty of the winter landscape all around us. One day we were practicing flying with Santa. Yes, that Santa. It was a crisp, clear winter morning, and the snow sparkled like a million tiny diamonds. The air was filled with excitement and a hint of magic. Santa was in high spirits, his laughter echoing through the frosty air. He's actually pretty funny when you get to know him. He has this infectious laugh that makes everyone around him smile. He told us jokes and stories from his many Christmas Eve adventures, and we couldn't help but chuckle along. Anyway, I was soaring through the air, feeling like a majestic bird. The wind rushed past my antlers and I felt invincible. The sky was a brilliant blue, and I could see for miles. It was one of those moments where everything felt perfect. Then whoosh, I flew right into a snowdrift. One moment I was gliding gracefully and the next I was tumbling headfirst into a pile of snow. It was like the ground had suddenly jumped up to meet me. I landed with a thud, covered in snow from head to hoof. The cold snow clung to my fur and I could barely see. I must have looked like a snowman with antlers. Santa helped me up, chuckling. "Easy there, buddy," he said with a twinkle in his eye. He brushed the snow off me and made sure I was okay. His kindness and warmth made me feel better instantly. "We've got a long night ahead of us," he reminded me. We still had a lot of practice to do before the big night. The other reindeer were already back in formation, ready to take off again. Another time I was helping load the sleigh. The presents were piled high and the sleigh looked magnificent, all decked out in festive decorations. The air was filled with the scent of pine and peppermint. I tripped over a giant candy cane and sent presents flying everywhere. It was like a colorful explosion of ribbons and wrapping paper. I felt so clumsy and embarrassed. It took forever to find them all in the snow. We had to dig through the drifts, and some of the presents were buried pretty deep. It was a real scavenger hunt. Santa just smiled and said, "Don't worry, it happens to the best of us." His words were so reassuring. He never got angry or frustrated no matter what went wrong. He's a good sport, that Santa. Always patient, always kind. No matter how many mishaps we had, he always found a way to make us laugh and keep our spirits high. Working with him is truly magical. Section 4, the North Pole's Got Talent. Every year we have a talent show at the North Pole. The elves build a giant stage out of ice and all the reindeer get to perform. Last year I did a tap dancing routine. My hooves were made for tapping. This year I'm thinking of singing a duet with a polar bear. We're still working on the song choice though. The elves always put on a good show too. They build these amazing contraptions with flashing lights and moving parts. One year they even made a giant gingerbread house that exploded with candy. It was epic. Section 5. Happy hooves, happy heart. Life as a reindeer is never boring. There's always something exciting happening, whether we're playing games, practicing flying, or getting ready for Christmas Eve. I wouldn't trade it for all the lichen in the world. As I drift off to sleep, I think about all the adventures tomorrow will bring. Maybe we'll go for a swim in the icy water.